Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the calcareous soil. The question is, what is the calcareous soil? The calcareous soil is the category of the problematic soil. Problematic soil is like saline, alkali is the part of the saline or sodic soils, but especially some dominants of the elements. These are the classified the nature is the calcareous classified the calcareous soil. These are the defined as the calcareous soil are soil that with the high amount of calcium carbonate dominant in these specific type of soil. The soil are related to that means it calcareous. The characteristics of the presence of that means dominant of the calcium carbonate as a parent material or calcium dominant secondary. These are specific type of more availability of the nutrients like calcium and magnesium. These are the salts. But carbonate or bicarbonate salts are not is the dissolve easily dissolve with the replacement of the salt, then the residues of the soil. Then the calcium carbonate equivalent, that means 50% more than calcium carbonate equivalent as the latest 5% of the carbonate in the underlying this area. Calcareous soil cover more than 30% of the earth's surface. That means major availability of the soils, and different as like 95 the define as the calcareous soil is the there's two scientists define as the and the Tucker defined in the 1982 the soil or the calcareous soil as the soil that is the stable calcium and the level of exceed the cation exchange capacity. That means more cation availability in the specific type of soil. Version of the calcareous soil. So calcareous soil generally occur in the arid and semi-arid region. That means where low rainfall areas availability dominant salt in the surface. Because the electrolytic leachings where the create the carbonate or create the compacted in the subsurface and create the leachings. They also occur in humid and semi-arid region, but in the specific condition that like a parent material availability rich in the calcium carbonate such as limestone, salts, calcium, calcium and the parent material electrolytes and going to within. That means the dominant is especially due to the parent material ability of the spectrum in humid and doesn't matter humid climate or arid and semi-arid, but the parent material or the specific nature of the element or the dominant of the carbonate. These are the create the type of the soils. Some soils are like from the calcareous parent material nature through the regarding this like precipitation of the scraper of the natures is the culture accumulated in the B or C erosions and the carbonate and the layer in the broad surface and the deep of the soil after the cultivation. In some soil, the carbonates, calcium carbonates, and deposit concerned with the layer that is hard impermeable. That means to create the subsurface hard pan and decrease the leaching or percolation in the soils and the rainfall leaching salts and the percolation. The soil also become the calcareous through the long period of irrigation and the content dissolve the calcium carbonate more in the waters. Main production of the constant, that means the main major problem of the dominant of the species type natures. Calcareous soil develop in the region where the low rainfalls and the must be irrigated the productive lands as like productive lands in the calcareous soil as the low organic matter and the parent materials and low nitrogen availability. The pH is the soil is the result of the unavailability of the phosphate and the formation of calcium phosphate and sometimes of reduced micronutrient availability like zinc, iron and reduce the chlorosis. There may be also the problem of potassium, magnesium, nutrition imbalance. That means that when the specific type of soil like calcareous, sodic, acidic, any type of soil, but the specific condition or specific environment dominant specific type of nutrient in the specific type of soil. When there's like a saline soil dominant is the type of soil, like soluble salt dominant, but in sodic soil dominant non-exchangeable salt or complexes are dominant in the soil. But in the calcareous type soil, basically dominant in the carbonates. In the specific soil, the specific type of nutrient availability in these conditions. The role of calcium carbonate are in the plant nutrition, When the apply in the soil, major pH dominant is more pH like 7.5 to 8.5. When the dominant of these are salts, and the carbonate with the presence of the water, or the react with the water, create the release the calcium and create the carbonates and the release sites. The system of the soils are basically dominant the carbonate and the react with again the water that create the bicarbonate and they reduce the solubility of the pH and increase the magnesium deficiency in common in these type of soils.